What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Rumpier Sports Hardwood Show for some Monday night NBA action and special show today. We're giving the DraftKings tickets away to the people that subscribe to Rumpier Sports using the promo code RPS free entry. And on top of that, our boy here, Big T, woke up in a good mood and decided that, no, we can't just give one ticket away. We're giving two tickets away today. He's got it all lined up. The drawing will happen about halfway through the show, looking at maybe 5:30 Eastern. And in addition to that, our producer, Simon, came in and said, it's a lofty goal, but he said if we can get 5,000 subscriptions to Rumpier Sports YouTube channel, we'll give a third ticket away to the $600 contest tonight on DraftKings. A lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I got all the names ready. I'm going to add anyone else that does sign up using that promo code RPS free entry. Tony, talk to the people. I mean, we had this good idea last week to give away the ticket, which we're going to do today. Today, you said, you know what? One's not good enough. We're going for two. Talk to the people.
Yeah, whenever we have big weeks, we like to give it back a little bit. It's always fun to give some tickets away, too. Maybe some of the people that play lower stakes get a chance to hop into 600. I mean, we got the idea a little bit from our boy Empire Maker. We're not as rich as him, so we don't do $5,000 and $3,000 entries. Maybe one day if we get big enough, we can do that. But $600 for the people. We were going to do $888. It was a 600 tonight, though, so we said instead of the $888, we'll just do two for 600. First one's going to be for any of the new signups, and then the second one we're throwing the members in there also. So second one's going to be wide open for basically any member. I mean, if you're in the YouTube and you're not a member, you might want to sign up now because you'll be in that drawing too. So, yeah, two tickets if it goes good and we get close to that 5,000 subscriptions. We might even give a third for 600 on this show. Even if we don't get to 5,000, if we start trending up there, I may just throw it in there and say we're going to do a third. So let's get the good mojo going today, and let's pick some winners on top of it. So whoever gets these seats can take it to the winner's circle.
Yeah, and I will say, I mean, impressive. I mean, I talk about on the show every time, like, let's get to a point where I don't have to bitch and complain about the likes. And we're there. I mean, 200 likes right out of the gate. I haven't even mentioned the word like. That's impressive. Title, I mean, I know you like the likes as well. The people came to play today. It's a good feeling.
Oh, this is nice. Chat's looking good. A bunch of good mojo, a bunch of likes, bunch of people piling in. Big T sounds like he's in a great mood. I mean, even better than usual. So it's going to be a great Monday. Nice 7-game slate. Bunch of injuries like we always have. Got some big news before lock with Kawhi and stuff too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Excited to dive into it all. It was a good weekend. I got DC SO. That's anyone watching MMA and Discord and stuff. He got me pumped. That's my new word. That's my play of the day. There's no more dry hump. There's no more any of that. I'm the SO play of the day from now on.
Play of the day. Let's do it. I like it. I like it. That is the underrated point though you brought up about Big T. I mean, anytime you get Big T in a good mood, like Big T, he's a sensitive guy. He can get a little moody. You gotta stay on Big T's good side. Big T woke up in a good mood today. Happy. I mean, look at that smile, man. Look at that smile. Don't put it away. Don't put it away. Keep it on.
Don't put it away.
All right, so I guess we might as well just hop into the game. So we got a lot of stuff. We got the drawing, obviously. We got the workbench play of the day. Title wants to rename it his play, the SO play. I don't know. Can we do that, Tony, or no? Does this have to rename the drawing?
He's got to say it every time, though. Like when he gets ready to make his pick, he's got to say SO.
SO.
So you approve.
SO.
Do you approve of the change, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also approve of Mr. Berger. Yeah, the chat, bring that good mojo up. Bobby Murphy called. So I haven't played golf in months. I'm not gonna brag, but the heater did continue to golf. Stepped in, made one pick. Berger to win the title. Berger got the title, and Bobby Murphy. That's how you get your name in some good mojo right there. I might get some gear going your way.
Mr. Berger treated me well. Fine. It's been a rough PGA start for me, but Mr. Berger got me in the winner's circle yesterday, not only in DFS, but when DJ was ruled out, I put some money on him to win that, for him to top 5, for him to win his little group thing. It was a good day yesterday. Mr. Berger
He finished like just a hero too. Because the day before, like, just broke my heart how he finished that. Hit one OB on 18 and Spieth freaking holing out from 200 out. And it was like the worst possible run out. And then he just came back and just owned them all the next day. It felt good.
God, nothing was more satisfying than seeing the Spieth collapse. I mean, these guys on Twitter, these Spieth people on Twitter are just absolutely obsessive. I mean, it's literally an obsession for these Spieth backers, and they got fully effing served on Sunday, and it felt good. I mean, dude, how was it? 2 hole outs from the fairway, right?
And they were not like chip-ins either. Like, they were pretty deep.
Yeah.
Especially the second one. I mean, the second one was legitimately like from the middle of the fairway, like $150 out or whatever it was.
I mean, I'll continue to fade. I mean, it's the fade's now even better because his price is going to be up there. So it's going to feel so good to continue to fade his ass, and these people will definitely continue to play him. And he's not back, man. I mean, okay, look at that. Those are massive swings. When you hole out from the fairway, those are big time swings in your score. Because, okay, let's say you even hit it to 7-8 feet. Those aren't gimme birdie putts. So you're talking about 4 strokes essentially right there. Chipping in.
I love how he like expects it too. Like when you hear his quotes and stuff, it's like he just expected the hole out from one. It's hilarious. He was like telling the story about his caddy, like, oh, we were due for a few hole outs. Like, what do you mean you're due for a few hole outs? Like, what are you talking about?
Any hole out is extremely lucky. Don't get me wrong, but the one he had like shot to the left, like spun like directly to the left.
No,
like
he hooked it in there. It was a straight. I mean, he tried to do it, but it was definitely a hook in
there. Yeah, gosh. Yeah, screw Spieth. I continue to not play him in PGA DFS, and we'll feel pretty good about it. All right, we got 7 games, and it's actually a good slate. We got a bunch of news, like Title said right before we hopped on. Kawhi Leonard, Pat Beverly, and Paul George continue to be out for the Clippers, so that kind of shuffled the slate up a little bit, which is nice. But the first game right out of the gate is a really good one. We have the Rockets, we have the Wizards, 231.5 total. Houston favored by 1.5, and I think the big thing in this game is the John Wall revenge game. Gets a shot at his old team in a really, really good matchup. I'm not a big time narrative guy, only in certain spots. This is a narrative that I'm buying into. I think he's going to want to absolutely stick it to the Wizards here. So I think he's a phenomenal play across the board, one of my favorites. The rest of the Rockets guys, Eric Gordon's been playing pretty well. DeMarcus Cousins, I mean, he remains cheap, but man, like they're just not. He played 8 minutes in the first half last game, no foul trouble. Just very, very reluctant to give him playing time. So he's still in place. Pretty weak today. But it's tough to feel good about him. Really limits his upside. On the Wizards side, a lot of people assumed Russell Westbrook was going to be out today because of the back-to-back, but he is indeed playing. Bradley Beal, good price tag on DK at 8.9, fine on FanDuel at 9.8. Just really like this game. I mean, big total, 231, high-scoring affair. I think this Garrison Matthews is questionable, but with the Wizards, it's really hard. When Westbrook and Beal are bowling, it's really hard to like anyone else on this team. Yeah, there's going to be some situations where they're decent plays, but for me, when both these guys are in, it's tough to really invest in anyone else. Let's go to you first, Big T. Are you buying this John Wall narrative tonight, and then anything else that kind of stands out in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely buy into the narrative because I don't think him and Beal have ever really liked each other. That was part of the problem in Washington all along, is they never really clicked. Even though in their younger days they made some deep runs, they never really liked each other that much. My only worry with Wall is he's going to be somewhat popular, and man, he hasn't like shown a ceiling that much yet, which obviously I think he could today. He's still somewhat cheap. It's a really good matchup, obviously, against Washington. But I don't know. Like, I'm a little bit worried about his ownership and just not seeing a ceiling. I mean, we like to see a ceiling here and there. And he's been chalky a lot of slates. Like, he's been one because his price just stays in that range where he always looks good. It feels like they always have a tasty matchup. It might just be the style they play, but it feels like they're always in a good spot. But he is a good play. I buy into the narrative. I'm definitely not going to like full fade or anything. It's just a matter tonight, there's a few different games that you just, like always, you need to pick and choose kind of where you're going to attack. And I like tonight because we got some good early ones like this one, and then we got the really good late one. So even more so than normal, pick if you want to play these early guys or if you want to backload a little bit. And honestly, coming into the show, I'm still a little torn which direction I want to go. I'd like to go whatever way is going to be lower owned, and I'm not sure on that yet. So we'll dive more into that. But yeah, Boogie, I mean, I make fun of him every show, cement feet, going against a team like Houston, where the game, I mean, in a game that goes small like this against Washington, both teams like to play small. I don't see a huge minute ceiling really for him. I mean, if he gets in the 30s, he would absolutely crush. But you look at his minutes, 22, 24, 22, 24. And then he had the 30 in there where he only scored 35. But they look like they want to give him 24 minutes tops. And if he's in there, like, I don't think we see a ceiling for him that much either. He's also going to have a decent ownership at this price point. So, again, I think he's fine, but I don't know if I'm, like, overly in love with the spot. You got other guys, too, you can play, like Tate, House. Sterling Brown has shown some nice upside at times. He was on one of my big hits. About a week ago, he was one of my key guys. But, again, I don't know. His price is up a little higher, 4,200. I don't know. And then so you flip scripts and look at the Washington side, and Beal and Westbrook are always going to be the guys. It's a matter of which one. I think Westbrook should be somewhat low owned. I mean, I don't think anyone was planning on him playing coming into today. He's never really clicked with Houston for that matter. So I don't know. I like both of these guys as well. And then you got the cheaper guys. I mean, Alex Lenz looked decent at times, but do they play him more if Boogie plays? Does the game go small? All these questions kind of, you would think if Boogie gets a bunch of minutes, it would have to correlate with him, but they don't really want to play him either. They'd rather play Mo Wagner, who I think is a good play. I mean, 3,200. There's a lot of interesting pieces. I want to hear where you guys are at in this too.
Yeah, Title, go ahead and talk about the John Wall situation. I mean, my read on it, he's been so scoring dependent lately, and he's a guy that we typically see kind of contribute across the board, but you know, the way he's been getting there lately has just been with the scoring. And you know, if that's going to be the case moving forward, it does kind of limit his upside. But this spot is really, really good. You know, he's going to be out for blood here tonight. So Title, talk about Wall, and then you know, anyone else that's standing out to you in this game here.
Yeah, so not only is it a revenge spot for Wall, but Oladipo is also out. So even if it wasn't a revenge spot, he'd still be in a great spot. Now he gets the added bonus. I think it's a smash play because he's in the mid 7Ks. He has been scoring dependent, but he's looked good this year. He gets to the rim a lot of anytime he wants, it seems. I don't expect Westbrook to stay in front of him too much. I expect an up and down game. So I like John Wall a lot for his price, but he is going to be popular. Same thing with Boogie. I don't think Mo Wagner can stop him down low at all. Even if Boogie gets 25 minutes, which he definitely could, because they definitely have shown they don't want to push him 30 plus minutes. I mean, they just don't want to. So if he gets 25 against Mo Wagner, I think he does very well, exceeds value. If he somehow gets 30 and they ride the hot hand, I think he absolutely breaks the slate down low. So I like him. And I also like the run back too with Mo Wagner, though, on DraftKings. That is 3,200. He can extend the court. He was good at Michigan. He had a good last game. I think he had like 24 DFS points. 3,200 on this slate is fine, but then you're locking up a center spot. You're locking up an early game spot, and then you're limiting your switches for backloading. And we always talk about that. So I don't think I'm going to go Wagner. I think it's a good tourney pivot. Boogie and Wall are definitely going to be the two highest owned guys in this game, but they make a lot of sense without Oladipo, and it's a great matchup. So I like them. I like Mo Wagner. Eric Gordon's the other one that I'll mention on the team. With Oladipo out, he'll slide to the point when John Wall's off the floor. He plays massive minutes, has good usage. So his price seems up in the low 6Ks, but still a good role for him. And then Bradley Beal, I guess, too. He's only 8,900 on DraftKings. I like that price a lot for Bradley Beal. I expect him to go overlooked in this game. I think more people will go Westbrook. But anytime Beal's under 9K, we've seen him in the 10Ks all year. He could absolutely dominate in this matchup too. It's a very good game to target. You just have to weigh whether it's worth locking up a lot of spots and then crossing out some news, or if you don't. But we always see news last night. Kawhi Leonard was ruled out of nowhere, really. There's always those random things that happen nowadays in NBA. So even if it doesn't look like too much news, even though Embiid is mega news that we have to wait for later and we won't get before this game, random stuff pops up all the time. So always worth monitoring. John Wall, Boogie, the best 2 plays in the game. Not too much on Washington unless it's tournaments.
Yeah, underrated point about Eric Gordon too, because when Wall's off the court, he is the primary ball handler for Houston. That definitely increases his value and upside, especially in this matchup with the Wizards. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribe. You got about 700 watching, 340. Just pound it. I mean, you never know. Big T's in a good mood, Hoops in a good mood, Title's in a good mood. Like, good things can happen if that number gets up there. So just pound it. Pound the subscription button as well. Bottom corner, RPSO. Hit it. Helps us to continue to bring you guys these shows for free. And like I said, there's some added incentive today, and could be more added incentive. So pound that while you're watching. All right, next game, Bulls, Pacers, 224.5 total. Pacers favored by 5.5 in this game. From a DFS perspective, there's some plays here. I think Garrett Temple is a really good value on both sites, seeing about 30 minutes as of late. Valentine kind of got pushed aside a little bit. Temple taking that role right now. 4-3 on DK, 4-2 on FanDuel. I think he's a fine play. Patrick Williams. Good price tag on FanDuel. He's still under 5K. And then on the Pacers side, I think you can still play guys like Brogdon. I mean, it's been a tough ride lately playing Brogdon. I've played a lot of them. Title has as well. I mean, the results have not been great. I know Tony doesn't think he has any upside, but he hasn't been killing you. And this is a spot I think he could kind of have a big game. Sabonis, I think, is a guy to consider. Just about every single night, can contribute across the board. And then Miles Turner, 6K on DK, mixes on FanDuel. I don't hate him as a play tonight either. So I think there's some guys, but I guess the main point for me, I'm not seeing any building block type last game. John Wall to me is a building block. On this game, I'm just not seeing anything that I'm going to be building around. I like some pieces here if they fall in my lineup. I'll be fine with it, but I'm not necessarily building around any of these pieces. Title, what are your thoughts here on this game?
Yeah, I'm with you. Patrick Williams on FanDuel stands out, like you said. He's only 4,500, playing about 35 minutes a game. He's a rookie that they want to get involved. He's showing more aggressiveness as of late, so I'm fine there, but definitely not a building block. And then on DraftKings, I see no building blocks as well. It's Brogdon, Sabonis, or Turner if you're going to play anyone. But it's a 7-game slate. There's more valuable news and injuries that I want to wait for later. So if I play anyone, it's going to be Sabonis. He's still only 9,100. And I think he goes overlooked on this slate for the first time in a while. We're used to seeing Sabonis as chalk pretty much every night. The price hardly rises, but with all the injury news in other spots, I think he goes overlooked today. And anytime Sabonis is going overlooked, I have a lot of interest because this guy's been so good and so steady all year, pretty much a walking double-double. So he's my favorite play in this game on DraftKings. Patrick Williams on FanDuel, but a full fade is definitely my priority or what I would rather, because not too many good plays.
Tony, anything standing out to you in this Bulls-Pacers game?
Yeah, I mean, Brogdon stands out that you guys told me he had upside, and now we're
I served that one up.
Now we're sitting here 7 games in, and he still hasn't done it. I mean, 18, 24, 32, 32, 37, 41. I mean,
he cracked 40? He's
wrong.
He got 40?
Last game, he got a 40.
Oh, nice. All right, we're trending up. Look at that trend.
I mean, he got you a solid 5X last game. I mean, it feels good. I mean, because when Big T's wrong, Hoop comes on, he makes fun of me and all this, and then Title starts stroking him, and then I have to sit there and listen to you guys back and forth. So when Big T's right occasionally, it feels good to see him down there.
Hey, I'm glad you acknowledge occasionally. Perfect use of word right there. When Big T's right occasionally.
You haven't even let me get to the best part, though. The best part is,
you like him today.
But then he just keeps hitting in these good spots, and I keep playing him because I can't resist, and he's hurt me too. So it's not even a full victory lap if I played him. Like the Atlanta game, I played him definitely the Brooklyn game. He sucked. Yeah, I mean, whatever. He's he's in a good spot again, though, tonight. I mean, Indiana, how does he always get a good matchup, too? I feel like these guys never have tough matchups. But, yeah, Sabonis is in a total smash spot, one of the best spots on the board. Really good scoring in the post against the Bulls. Absolutely love Sabonis tonight. One of my favorite plays on the board. Brogdon is fine, especially if you're wanting to go a little heavier with some of these earlier guys. I think, again, he probably gets you high 30s tonight or low 40s, somewhere in there. I still don't think like he's going to go off or something, but solid play. And then you look at the Bulls side, they got a lot of guys. So for a while, Valentine was the guy popping week ago, and we kind of got off of him. And now a guy like Temple is basically the same player as Valentine. Now he's popping a little bit, playing more minutes though than Valentine, but I don't like trust any of these guys. I mean, it's Levine for me, I think, at the top, where he's finally, not to circle back to that same argument that day, but I was saying Levine against Brogdon, they were the same price. Now let's look at his numbers the last 7 games. 47, 64, 48, 55, 45. Title, you weren't on that show with us. Who would you say is winning that argument so far? Brogdon or Levine as far as upside?
They were Levine for sure. They were the same price though.
Yeah, and these guys were arguing with me. Him and JSU.
It must have been a different show. I definitely wasn't on that one.
No, but I will say for Brogdon, I literally hopped on the Bucks in revenge and played him. I've literally played this guy in the coldest streak ever because he's shown upside in the past, a good floor in the past, and right when we talk about it, he just goes down. So Levine has higher upside, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you look back to when it was, he was 8,400, 8,500, 8,600, and he was struggling. And JSU's excuse was, oh, these guys got hurt and Markkanen's hurt, whatever JSU was saying. It's like when JSU the one day was like, Stafford scored like 0 and got hurt, and he was like, he's still the best play on the board. The 2 best arguments JSU's ever made. His quarterback got 0, and he argued that he was still the best play on the board. Just so good. But, yeah, I mean, Levine again tonight, he's in a great spot. He's chucking 25 shots basically every game. I mean, 21-plus shots in his last 6 games. He's just chucking the ball. So if I was playing Brogdon, Sabonis, guys like that, I'm fine coming back with Levine. Kobe White hasn't necessarily shown upside either, but he always could get there, I guess. I always like to pick on, like I say every show, pick on Indiana with athletic bigs. I'm not sure the Bulls really have that. I mean, you got a sneaky Thad Young spot, but he's not playing any minutes. I don't know. I don't really see anything besides the studs in this game.
For the record, I never once said Brogdon has more upside than Levine. I don't know.
I'll have Simon pull the tape.
Yeah. I mean, that you can definitely go to the tape because I know for a fact that I did not say Brogdon has more upside
Simon,
than
get
Levine.
This on tape too, or him saying he knows for a fact.
Oh, it's 100% certain that I would not have. I mean, maybe are you talking about one specific slate, or are you saying like
slate? Maybe it was one slate.
It's possible if we're talking about one slate, but in general, no. Like I acknowledge that Levine has more upside than Brogdon. If we can pull up the tape, that would be great at some point. Next game, Hawks Knicks 218.5 total. Atlanta favored by 2. Another pretty good game here. The Knicks will obviously be without Mitchell Robinson. Really stabilizes the role for Nerlens Noel. He'll be popular. Julius Randle, I think, is a strong play as well. Those are kind of the only 2 guys on the Knicks that I'm looking at. On the Hawks side, it's tough with Trae Young. I mean, I definitely prefer to spend in different spots tonight, so I definitely won't be playing him. The one guy I do like on the Hawks, though, is Clint Capella. Pretty good price tag on DK, 7.4K, similarly priced over on FanDuel. Center, not the strongest position tonight, so especially on FanDuel. I mean, if you don't trust DeMarcus Cousins, you're going to have to look somewhere else, and I don't mind going to Capella. I think he's definitely a good play. Has shown a ton of upside. Gallinari, good price tag on FanDuel, finally had the big game, and most of it was obviously because he started hitting shots. Made 4 threes in 26 minutes, got 32 fantasy points. Fine with him, better price on FanDuel. Tony, we'll go to you first. Are you looking at Gallinari as a value play? No, you're kind of one of the first to get on him, or anything else here in this game?
Yeah, he's finally sprouted up a little bit where he's slightly more expensive. I mean, still 45 on FanDuel, 49. I wish he was more expensive, honestly, because I don't like him. He's super dusty, and like I hate playing him, but he was just too cheap there for like that week. So like now that he's 5K on DK, 4,500 on FanDuel, he's still fine, but I don't like him near as much as I did. And then you look at the rest of this matchup. I just don't like Knicks games that much. The Knicks, nothing annoys me more than quickly. It might be the most annoying thing in the entire NBA so far. I don't understand why they don't play him 35 minutes. It drives me literally insane. He keeps crushing too. Like he's really good when he's in there, and they just don't give him time. And it's so frustrating because I always want to play him. Tonight against Atlanta, like if you somehow knew that he was going to just get more minutes one night and get like 35 minutes somehow, like he will literally win you a tournament. But the problem is it's just not going to happen. Now that they got Derrick Rose too, they just got so many guards. I mean, Rose, Burks, Quickly, Elf, I mean, Bullock, I mean, RJ Barrett wants to handle the ball a little bit. They just have too many guys. And I like Randall. Like Randall's a good play. Noel is a decent play, but even Noel, I think, getting priced up a little higher. I mean, 48 on FanDuel, 44 on DK, going against a team with a guy like Capella and Collins for that matter. I don't love the spot for Noel. And I don't know, like Knicks games, I just got to stay away from Knicks games. When we got a bunch of other really good games on the slate, I know people are going to play Randall and they're going to play Noel a ton. Like Noel has to be chalky at 44. It's the type of play that I know people like to play. I'm going to stay clear of this game for the most part though. They just got too many dudes. So we played Taj the other day a little bit. He played 15 minutes. It's just annoying that they play guys like Taj Gibson, but it's what they do. And like, why would you not play Obi and just get him some run? The whole thing doesn't make sense for me with the Knicks. So I'm going to stay clear of this game.
Yeah, I mean, it is frustrating the rotation at times, but I mean, we did see Noel did get 32 minutes last game, and yeah, I think low 30s is something we can kind of bank on, and he's just one of those energy players that can get the blocks and the steals. I mean, that's obviously the reason why he'll have high ownership again tonight. Title, anything else kind of stand out to you in this game?
Classic Tom Thibodeau, Big T. He's tilting you, giving the vets the run and letting the rookies watch. It's painful, but that's just how it goes. Only interest I have in this game is Noel and Randall. Noel, Mitch Rob's out, obvious reasons. He's too cheap for his role. So he's a good point per minute producer too. If he can stay out of foul trouble, I expect him to play big minutes against Capella. So I like him a lot. Randall's prices came down. He's 8.6 on DraftKings, 8.7 on FanDuel. He got to the high 9Ks and his minutes are still up there. He still has 38-minute upside, 40-minute upside in a close game, high usage player. It's a 2-point spread. So I think he's underpriced too and probably goes overlooked in this game as well. So those are the only two I can make a case for. No Hawks for me. It's a good game though for those two. Prices are good.
I got to circle back real quick because I didn't fully. So I like to do this show. Everyone that knows and watched our shows for a while, I don't research a ton before these shows because, for one, I play every day. I already know basically what's going on, so I don't need to like look super early. But I just completely overlooked Capella. Like I didn't realize he was this cheap.
Yeah.
He's
really
way too cheap. So I definitely like Capella going against a guy like Noel. I mean. 74 and 7,400 on DK, 7,800 on FanDuel against a team that plays guys like Noel and Randall and Barrett. And these guys want to get to the hole, which is the exact matchup I want for Capella. I know the minutes upside isn't massive, but if he somehow gets you 30 minutes, like he's going to get you 50 fantasy points, 60 fantasy points even. I love Capella. I just overlooked him the first time through.
Yeah, really good price tag. Center, I think, is not the strongest position tonight. I think there's a lot working in his favor. I think that's a really good call. A guy that I'm definitely keeping a close eye on tonight for sure. I mean, it's lowest we've seen his price tag in a while. And if he happens to play 30 minutes, I don't see how he just doesn't crush here. in the spot. So definitely like
the good thing is, even at like 25 minutes, he's probably going to pay off his tag. Like, I don't think he's going to hurt you even at like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, even if he gets mid-20s, he has a chance to go for 40. Like, there's not many guys that can do that in the NBA.
Like, how many times do we see that with these bigs? Like, I could honestly see him being like 2 value at halftime. And then it happens all the time with bigs too, because they get that first burst, they get to like 10 and 10, maybe they get the double even or close to it by halftime. And you're like, mint. And sometimes they do pooter out a little bit down the stretch because teams play smaller down the stretch at times. But we see it so many times where these guys are at value by halftime.
Yeah, you got your title. You got your boy G Risen in the chat trying to scrounge up some Twitter followers for you.
My man, he probably feels bad that he took some of my money for Brady. So hey, I appreciate the free marketing.
You hired G Risen under the table to market for you during the YouTube shows.
He's just doing maybe some free business for me after I gave him the gibbies with Brady. I don't know. He feels bad. Appreciate it though.
Bad. Yeah, it's a nice gesture. A nice gesture on his part. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We got about 800 people. You guys are doing good on the likes, but we can still do better. And also subscribe for that chance to get the third $600 ticket. We're giving away 2 today. If you're just hopping on the show, use that promo code RPS, free entry. Choose a monthly package and you get in the drawing for the $600 DK ticket, which would be going out tonight. We're going to be drawing that in precisely 13 minutes. So last chance to get into the drawing. We're going to give away a second $600 DK ticket. Tony, talk to the people about the qualifications for that one.
Yeah, I mean, just to simplify it, the first one, Hoop's going to draw out of a hat. He's going to have some people come in and draw out of an actual hat with all the names. Whoever signed up using that promo code is going to go in the hat for the first $600. Then you're going to email Hoop, tell them your DK name or whatever we do, DK name, email. The second one, though, is going to go to a member also, so make sure you're a member. And it's going to literally be just scrolling through the chat like normal, whatever chat makes me feel good. I mean, so you might want to post some stuff in there because I'm going to pick one, and I'm already looking. So if I see one that sticks out, it might be the winner right now, too. So post some good stuff in there. That's going to be the second 600. And then like Hoop said, if we go crazy and get a ton of likes and subscribe, we may do a third one. It depends, but we may do a third one.
Yep. And, we kind of want, people, the RPS community to feel involved if whether you win or not. So whoever does win, we kind of want them in the Discord, posting their team after lock and kind of sweating it with our whole team. I mean, our Discord is super, super, super active, ton of good guys in there. I think it'd be cool to have you get in there and kind of chat it up with our team. So that's going to be drawn now 12 minutes away. So last chance to get in. And you know what Big T likes. I mean, you know what sort of comments he likes, and you got to play to Big T's hand.
Play to your audience.
Yeah, play to your audience. Exactly. All right, next game, we have the 76ers. We have the Jazz. Jazz by 7.5. Hard to break this one down at this point. We don't have the news on whether or not Embiid does play. He's listed as questionable. I mean, if he doesn't play, a lot of these guys will get massive boosts. Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris has a nice price tag. I mean, 7.3K, very nice if Embiid is out. Danny Green is dusty as all hell, but he's pretty cheap. On the Jazz side, Conley's going to miss, and it's the same story as it's been for about the last week or week and a half since he's been out. Mitchell, very strong play. I mean, he's 8K on DK, strong play there, 8.3, I believe, on FanDuel. Joe Ingles, better play on FanDuel, 4.9K. Jordan Clarkson, in play on both sites, better play on FanDuel at 5.5K. The story, very, very straightforward, what you can expect with the Jazz here with Conley out. Big T, go to you first. How are you handling this Embiid situation? Are you, we always talk about backloading and saving spots. Are you going to, let this news dictate how you build your lineups tonight?
Yeah, it's big news, obviously. I mean, like always, you kind of look at the slate, see how it sets up. You already talked about the centers, too. I mean, if Embiid somehow sits, I mean, you're going to have to look at guys like Dwight Howard and what is the other dude hurt? Who is the other dude?
He's not hurt, Bradley. No, he'll be in there, Bradley.
Yeah, I just didn't see him projected, probably because Embiid's projected. So,
Yeah.
yeah, one of those guys will definitely be popping as a value if Embiid somehow sits. I don't know, though. Like, I don't feel the need to have to jam these guys, especially in a matchup against Utah. Utah has proven to be the best team in basketball, honestly. It might be a regular season thing. I don't think they're, like, going to win the title. But as far as regular season, they just play that style that grinds you down. They got a big in there that protects the rim. They're a tough team to play. So for the most part, yeah, I mean, if Embiid sits, this value is going to open up, and I think it's okay. But I don't think by any means you have to go there. Just looking at these price points, there's nothing that is just crazy. I mean, Dwight Howard at 3,600. What is he on FanDuel? 3,600 also. I mean, that's fine. I don't like hate it, but I don't need it. Like that seems more of like a cash play to me than a tournament play. And then you look at the Utah side. I mean, can you believe Utah is favored by 7 points? That seems like that number feels a little heavy
70.
to me, but it makes sense. They're playing good ball. Gobert is definitely a good price at 72. I'm not much of a Gobert guy. I don't play him very much, but I mean, on DK at 7,200, that is a cheap tag. If Embiid's in, that's fine. He matches up decent with Embiid. If Howard's in, then that is even better for Gobert. He's a good price, but for the most part, I mean, this is another one of those games too that we talk about all year that fits in the middle. You got the early guys, you got the late guys waiting for news, and then you got the middle game. The middle game is always the hard one, and I'm glad that it's a Utah-Philly game because unless news just breaks and maybe we get a random starter in there or something that sticks out, I'm probably just going to fade this game for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's not one of those absolute no-brainer type spots. I mean, playing in Utah is tough. Yes, these guys are going to get a boost, but I don't know if it's worth sacrificing your lineups to kind of wait, especially if you like some of these guys early on. Title, talk to me about this game. Talk about the Embiid news, and then anything on the Jazz side.
Yeah, so the MB news is obviously really big. If he's in, I don't have much interest on anybody on this team. If he's out, obviously Tobias Harris, Dwight Howard, Ben Simmons, Seth Curry's really cheap on FanDuel. He's 4,100. Not a fun play, but he would get a big boost. All those guys would get a boost, but if he's in, no interest. As far as the Utah side, I like these prices. Donovan Mitchell's only 8K. Gobert's only 7.2. Clarkson 5,900. Ingles 5,700. Ingles and Clarkson, like you said, are a little better plays on FanDuel, but they still are good on DraftKings. But I like Mitchell and Gobert on DraftKings. I actually like them a lot, where I'd probably have one of them in most of my lineups, just because Utah is playing such good basketball. And like either Donovan Mitchell or Gobert, it seems one of them, if not both, have really good games constantly. Mike Conley's out. So I like these prices on Utah guys. I like the matchup, good implied total. So I want a couple pieces on this Utah side, and I don't feel the need to run it back unless Embiid is out. And then blowout risk comes out, and then you don't want as many Utah guys. So this game's really tricky.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is this is a 9 p.m. Eastern game, so I feel pretty certain that we're not going to have this news at the 7 p.m. Eastern lock. All right, next game, Cavs, Warriors, 227 total. Golden State Warriors favored by 9.5. And boy, does it feel good to see another team say, you know what? We're not going to play Andre Drummond anymore. He does absolutely nothing for us. We're done with until they can find a trade. Is there any, Tony, I mean, this is just basketball. Is there any team in the league that is going to take Drummond? I mean, I can't imagine it happening.
Literally the only place, I'll say this till the end of time, the only place he makes sense is a place with proven commodity superstars like Brooklyn, the Lakers, like where he can be like the fifth best guy and just go rebound. Kind of like Dwight Howard did last year for the Lakers, where he didn't have any role. And if a game goes small, he just sits down, but he'll just go get some rebounds, play big. If you put him on any other team, like he's just terrible. Like no one, Hoop said it for years. Hoop was the first one to say it. I mean, he's just not good at basketball.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, DFS-wise, it's fine. I mean, I retweeted some GM or whatever the quote was earlier that said he could get 30 and 20 every night and have zero impact on the game. Yeah. That's exactly how I feel about it.
It's what I've been saying for years. People, I'd say he sucks. Yeah. He sucks. Like, oh, no, he doesn't. He sucks. He doesn't suck. He went for 65 fantasy points last night. That's fine. He still sucks at basketball. In terms of helping his team win, he is like the least important guy in the league. That's a perfect quote, the 30 and 20 thing. You can go out there, get 30 and 20, and literally have no impact on his team winning a ball game.
I mean, it's just the truth. And you got to be able to separate. I think that's one thing I'm good at. I know a lot of people are good at, but you need to be able to separate DFS from actual basketball. Same thing with Giannis. I think he's a great DFS player. In the playoffs, though, I don't want him leading my team. It's what I've said. You got to be able to separate it, though. Drummond is great. Like, if he ends up in the right spot, he'll still crush DFS-wise, but he's not going to make many teams better. Although, I will say, I've said Brooklyn a bunch, but, man, if he somehow gets with those three, talk about a good fit. Like, whew, I mean, that is a good fit because they don't need him to be on offense. He can literally just plant his big ass underneath that hoop and just block shots, get boards. I don't know how they could get him. I'm not a salary cap expert by any means. I have no idea how they'd make it work. But if he somehow ended up there with those three, that would definitely be a very, very good fit for him, even though I don't think he's a great player.
Yeah. But now, in terms of DFS for tonight, obviously, and moving forward, big boost for Jared Allen, big boost for McGee, big boost for Garland, Sexton, our boy Okoro, all going to get a big boost. I mean, rebounding, usage, everything across the board. Price too cheap at this point for their new roles, essentially without Drummond. Do you have interest in these guys tonight?
I think you have to have interest in JaVale, especially with – you got to remember, I mean, this dude won titles with these guys, especially Curry and just the team in general. I mean, the games there in Oakland or wherever they play at now, but that same area, he's got that good mojo. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him a little extra run just because of those title runs. I'm always into those narratives. I know some people don't believe it. I just don't see how a guy like JaVale McGee isn't a little more excited to play against Golden. And he's 3,100 on DK. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. What's he going to do? He's not going to kill me at 30. We see it every single night. If he gets me 12, that's fine, whatever. But what if he plays 18 minutes and gets me 35? Then all of a sudden I'm cooking. So I love JaVale. I like Jared Allen too, but probably not as much as a guy like JaVale. I would just rather take the discount. I think they play, somewhat similar. Obviously Allen's going to play more minutes, but he's twice the price, over twice the price. So he's not going to play twice the minutes of JaVale, I don't think. So I'll just take my chances with JaVale there more than likely. They're both centers. I guess you could maybe play both of them knowing Golden State doesn't have any bigs, but I don't love it. Like this Cleveland team, they've laid some major stinkers at times. Another guy, too, that looks way too cheap, we always talk about this with price, is Chetty. Chetty's 3,300 on DK, coming off a 28-point game against the Clippers. He's got a bunch of stinkers, too. But, again, we say this every single day on these shows. If a dude is this cheap, yeah, it's risky. 100% it's risky. But it just is what it is. He's 3,300. He could get you 30 points. So it's that simple, really. And he could get blowout run on top of it against Golden State. He matches up pretty good against Golden State. So those are my two guys on that side. And then the Golden State side, same story. You can play Curry anytime. Oubre and Wiggins are somewhat cheap for what they do. Toscana Anderson is a guy you can play. Damian Lee is a guy I keep going to, and he keeps teetering a little bit into a big game. He hasn't quite exploded, but I think it's there, and he's another guy that would get blowout run. Say this game blows out, which it easily could. Who's gonna get this mop up fourth quarter? Damian Lee's gonna go ham if this game does blow out, and you have to consider him. He's gonna be completely unowned, and I like the spot if you think Golden State blows him out. So another cheap guy you can throw in there.
Yeah, and the nice thing about Chetty Osman as well is Taurean Prince is questionable. If he were to sit, that would obviously increase the ownership. More people would obviously be on him because he'd likely start in that scenario. But in play either way for me, tough on the Warriors side. I think you can take a look at Kelly Oubre. He's got a good price tag. He's been really good as of late. Title, I'll break this one down quickly. I got the drawers here for the DK giveaway. They're knocking on the door, ready to roll. So give me a quick breakdown here.
All right, so yeah, I'll make it quick. JaVale McGee, really hard to ignore. Monster upside, both sides, good price. Jared Allen, I like him too. They're gonna play one of those two on the court at the same time almost all game. Darius Garland, Jetty Osman on DraftKings where he's 3-3. Don't like it as much on FanDuel. And then Sexton. You can mix in all these guys. I'll have at least two Cavs in my lineups just because they're depleted. If Taurean Prince is out, they're even more depleted. And I like Wiggins, Steph, and Oubre. I like running it back with at least one of them because it's just a great game environment. Steph is my favorite. I don't think anyone can stop Steph. He's only 9.9K on DraftKings. Just a great matchup. He should have his way. If it stays close, he's gonna smash. But to Hoop I don't know where Hoop. I think Hoop's
he
going
might
to
be getting the drawing ready to go.
Right, got get in the drawing. Got to wrangle the kids in. Come on, guys. All right, these are the official drawers of the the Rum Pure Sports giveaway for the people that use that promo code and signed up. RPS free entry. Got all the names in the old Rum Pure Sports hat ready to go.
Hi, I'm Ava. My dad is Hoop, and today me and my brother are going to be drawing the winner to the Vampire Sports raffle.
All right, get in there. Pick one. All right, here's the winner. Let's see. Yep.
Anthony Massey.
Anthony Massey is the winner.
Nice job.
So Anthony Massey, reach out to how we're gonna do this, Tony. They're gonna send you a message with their DK name.
Yeah, they can send me a tweet or an email to Tony at Rum Pure Sports.
Yeah, so send Tony, and then we're gonna get this ticket. How's it looking? It's not almost full yet? Is it time? Are we time sensitive?
We got 100 spots, so we're good. We're good on time.
Cool. So we'll be good with that. So yeah, reach out to BigT on Twitter or Tony at Rum Pure Sports. Anthony.
What's the name? Anthony what?
Anthony Massey. Anthony Massey. So we'll get that one. All right. Thank you, guys.
I think I see him in chat too. Nice job, kids.
Is Anthony Massey in there? The chat is going nuts. I can't keep up with it. Is he in the Discord at Rum Pure?
No, I just saw in the YouTube chat, Anthony, I think he said thanks. RPS is shipping tonight, but his last name wasn't Massey, but he made it seem like it was him. I don't know.
It probably was.
Yeah.
If you're in the Discord, Anthony, send me it on Discord. It definitely is the easiest way to get it done.
Yeah. All right. Now for the second winner of the $600 DK ticket, this one's on Big T. Big T is gonna pick us the winner from the chat. The only stipulation, obviously, is you have to be a member at Rum Pure Sports to win this one, a previous member.
So yeah, there was a ton of contenders. I mean, there was people. We may still draw another one too, because we're almost at 500 likes. We got 850 watching. Hopefully everyone clicked the subscribe. I haven't looked at the numbers there. So we may do one more at the end of the show too. But for this one, I mean, I read through them all, trying to talk about these games and read the chat was quite the thing. But I'm gonna go with Corey Pooler. He said, I'm not going to beg. My dream is to one day play in one of those Big T tourneys. I've said my prayer and hope Big T picks me. You got your wish at Corey Pooler. You're playing the 600 tonight, my man.
Love it. Let's go. I mean, let's get a takedown. Anthony Massey or Pooler. Come on, one of you two win it for us. Like we said, try to get in that Discord, talk about your team, sweat it out with us. Be an exciting experience for everyone. Yeah, I mean, cool. I'm glad, this is stuff I like doing, giving back, giving people a chance to play in contests that they typically don't play in. Definitely excited to follow along and see how these guys, do tonight. Title. Any thoughts on this, man? It's exciting.
Yes.
So
crazy. This is awesome. This is the fun part about it.
I can't keep up with it though. There's chat is going just nuts. We definitely, if the chat keeps going, like if we get to 600 likes, we're definitely giving another one to end this show.
Yeah,
and if
get us
the
to 600.
Somehow full, we'll do it. We'll give it to you for the next 600 or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric Gordon out tonight.
Yeah, we just got some news as well. Eric Gordon and who's the other guy? Someone right there with him.
Holmes is questionable. Bagley's questionable. More late news that we always talk about.
Yeah, things are definitely going to be shifted around a little bit here tonight. Obviously, we'll PJ Tucker out as well. Jeez, now they're flying in. The phone's blowing up. The YouTube chat's blowing up.
What was the first dude's name?
Anthony Massey. I'm going to send you his email address so we can verify.
Anthony who?
Massey.
Yep.
Title, why don't you go ahead and talk about this Heat Clippers game? Obviously, no Paul George, no Kawhi, no Patrick Beverly on the Clippers side. Break down this game. It's 214.5 total. Miami favored by 1 in this game.
Yeah, so it's hard not to like pieces in this game with their two best players out. Serge Ibaka stands out right away at 5K. He's only center eligible on FanDuel. He's power forward eligible, or power forward on FanDuel, only center on DraftKings, but he's in line for a really big role. Going to need his size against Bam. Reggie Jackson is absolutely smashed in this spot a couple weeks ago. So he's gets the biggest boost on this team with those two out, primarily ball handler, very aggressive. So I like him. Lou Williams is playing. He's back to the normal sweet Lou that we're used to seeing, finally getting more minutes than the 20 minutes he was stuck at in the beginning of the year, but he's absolutely smashing now. Price tag's up a little bit in the 6Ks, but he's definitely worth it in this spot. Luke Kennard, I know you don't like him too much, but they're going to need him to play. He's a shooter, 4.1K. He makes sense. Terrence Mann, 3.8K. Nicholas Batum, 5.1K. I just listed off 6 Clippers, but without Kawhi, without Paul George, they're going to need all these guys to play a lot. There's no such thing as too many Clippers in your lineup today, I don't think. I think it's one of those days. As far as a run back with the Heat side, the only interest I have is Jimmy Butler at 8.2K, really. They're priced all affordable. The Heat's healthy. There's better spend ups on the slate. So I'm not going to have much Heat. And I don't think you need to run it back because these Clippers are so mispriced due to the situation.
Yeah, really good breakdown there. I agree. And yeah, Luke Kennard, I'm not a huge fan of, but in this spot, his price tag, I think he's certainly in play. Batum, Serge Ibaka, all in play. I mean, but honestly now, we got the situation in Houston where they're going to be very thin. When we first hopped on the show, I said, you know what? Now the Clippers are going to be super popular. Might not be the case. We're going to have a lot of really, really good value plays with all this news and potentially more with Joel Embiid. But I agree with you. Reggie Jackson, I think is probably my favorite here. He had some big performances, in the same situation a couple weeks ago or even last week, whenever the hell it was. Tony, you got the ticket situation settled or
yeah, they both just reached out. We got both of them in the Discord too. So now I know for sure they're members, and we're in good shape.
This is perfect. All right, you know what?
Good mojo going. I'm feeling good here. You guys really get me going. I might throw a fourth in there. I got full wood going here.
Since those 2 tickets went so well, it's official. It's not 548. We said 600.
It's not official. Yeah, don't say it.
Okay, you know what? I jumped the gun.
I feel good, but it's not just total. We gotta get that number climbing still for sure.
And the subscriptions. The producer Simon's in my ear. He said the subscriptions have to go up. If the subscriptions don't go up, it's done. He says we can't give it away. So you got to hit. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we're not getting the third. I'm willing to go deep too. If you guys blow me away, I'll dig into my own pocket and start giving some of these damn tickets away. So it's simple.
That's what I mean. It's great mojo going right now.
Yeah, it really is. I
don't even know what game we're talking about because the chat had me rolling here. The
title gave it a good breakdown. He got it covered for us. Nothing to even sweat. We're gonna move on. We got the Nets, and the other thing is we still got the freaking plays. We got the workbench play of the day. We got whatever title. Title renamed as play. I don't even know what the hell it means, but it's the SO play of the day. So
we called it Big T. We knew he wouldn't have a clue on Monday. It was the MMA event pay-per-view. Daniel Cormier, someone in the corner was yelling to his fighter the whole time. He was saying "Asso." And Daniel Cormier too. Yeah, he had a long rant about it, and chat was dying, Discord was dying. Everyone in the Discord MMA chat, they know what we're talking about.
Well, that's the new play, the SO play of the day. Got the workbench play of the day. Got to get those likes up. So get them to 6. Well, you get to 600, you unlock the plays, and you unlock another $600 ticket to the DraftKings contest tonight. got the Nets, we got the Kings, we have 243 big boy total. Nets favored by 4. After coming back, Kevin Durant is going to miss a couple more games, so big opportunity for Kyrie Irving, James Harden. I think Joe Harris is in play more on FanDuel than on DraftKings. Bruce Brown, he's treated Tony pretty well. He's 4.1K on DK. He'll be back in the conversation. On the Kings side, did we get any news on these guys? Bagley and Holmes. Yeah, they're both listed as questionable. So more news that could kind of shift things. I mean, if both those guys are out, you'd have to consider Hassan Whiteside. I mean, Whiteside, he's 4.3K on DK. But I mean, overall, I mean, this game, 243 total, Kyrie, Harden, the premier plays here, but a lot of other guys you can definitely consider. Big T, go to you, break this one down.
Yeah, I mean, this game is for sure the premier game, I think. I mean, the ownership might end up lower than it should here too. Like, especially if you backload, get off some of those early chalk games like we talk about. I mean, this game, what's the total in this game? Like
243.
Yeah, like just absolutely insane. And like we said, I was touting against Brooklyn for that week when I hit that heater too. And they do get a little bit better on D when they're in. I mean, they've shown their spot where if they're motivated, they can play defense. Like, they are capable. But, man, tonight, how does this game not go crazy? Like, I just look at it, and I don't see any way that it doesn't go crazy. You got Harden and Kyrie, both. The whole chatter has been Harden's going to run the point, Kyrie's going to play off the ball. And then you got even these other pieces, like you said, Bruce Brown, TLC is a decent spot. The Kings, we talk a lot about how the Nets have been a bad D. Sacramento can't guard the guard position. All of a sudden, the Nets come into town with all these guards that can score the ball. It's just literally like the perfect spot. Fox going the other way.
Oh, I got it. You'll appreciate this one, Tony. So the wife, I mean, never watches the show. Like, I'm pretty sure she never tunes in, which is, probably a good thing considering the things that we talk about. So since with the kids, doing the drawing, she must have been tuning in. And I just saw a text from her a little while ago. You guys will definitely both appreciate this. She goes, Hoop, which obviously she never calls me Hoop. She goes, Hoop, see you on the workbench. It's finally going to pay off, boys. It's finally going to pay off.
Thought it might be in your Manscaped. I got your box right behind you.
Yeah, can you overnight that thing so I have it by tomorrow morning? All right,
perfect
sorry to cut
text.
you off, but I knew Tony would appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean that's an important update for the night too. We already got good mojo. Mm-hmm. Now Hoop's going to get his noodle wet later tonight. I mean we're in good shape here today. So, I mean, this game though, this is the perfect backload game. You can play a ton of pieces from this game without a doubt. I mean, up and down. I mean, you can play Harrison Barnes, Buddy. You want to talk about a guy that can get hot in a matchup like this? Buddy. I mean, this dude, we've seen him go nuclear in spots like this before, getting a little shootout. Halliburton has looked good. I mean, this game's the perfect backloaded game where we wait and we just jam plays in. And basically everyone in this game I like. We wait on news, obviously. We got Bagley and who else is questionable?
Rashawn Holmes.
Yeah, I think Holmes plays. Maybe Bagley sits. But either way, wait on the news. Everybody in this game's in play. And I love it. Like, this is probably going to be the direction I go with my main team tonight.
Yeah, I know the 600 is an aggressive number. But, I mean, if you're in this chat and you haven't hit the like button yet, I mean, chance for a $600 ticket to the DK contest tonight if you just hit the like. So if you're in this chat and you haven't hit the like yet, I'd advise that you do so. I mean, it is an aggressive number, but I think we can do it and hit the subscribe as well. And we'll be giving away a second $600 ticket. Running out of time though. We got about 10-15 minutes left, so make sure you pound that button. And we want to give it away. I mean, I'm in a good mood, real good mood now that apparently I got a WB session lined up. Title. Big T. I mean, everyone's happy today. So, chat, you can finish the job for us. Get us to 600, and we'll give away a $600 DK ticket. Title, what do you got in this massive total game here?
Yeah, so DraftKings, Kyrie stands out to me. He's only 9K. Harden's 10.7K. I'll take my 1.7K savings with Kyrie for sure. No KD. great matchup, great up pace game. He feels way too cheap on the slate. Harden's still definitely in play too, but I like him a little more on FanDuel as shooting guard than I do Kyrie. I don't have too much interest.
600. Let's go. Congratulations, guys.
Boom.
You've earned that ticket.
That's awesome. What a day in chat. Now we just got to give them the winners, get in the winning circle, and then it's a good night for all for sure. I'm not as high on this game as Big T is though. I like
What
Kyrie.
you like about it?
I like the other spots with like there's so much value. With I think Embiid, I mean if Embiid sits, there's even more value, but we have value in the Cleveland side. Then I'm gonna go there. I like a couple studs more like Randall, like Steph. Kyrie, I'm fine with, but I'm just not like I like Fox on Sacramento, but I'd rather go and play Steph for a little, find the extra for a little more. Bradley
How do I get
Beal.
some title bucks for Harden versus Steph?
Well, Harden versus what's the bet there? I mean, the prices are a lot different with Harden and Steph.
They're
800.
similar.
I mean, 800 goes a long way on this slate.
Well, I'll give you the point difference.
You said you want Steph over Harden?
Well, in tournaments, I'll take Steph with the 800 state.
Don't force me to agree with like Big T on something.
I'm
hate doing that.
caught off guard. The title, I can't believe you don't like this spot.
Well, the thing is, I'll give it away now. Steph Curry's my SO play of the day. I love this spot.
Yeah, you got to make the people work for it. You can't just pull the noodle out right away.
They got the 600.
They got the 600. You're coming at me. I got to fire back. SO 9.9K. The Cavs keep it close. My one run back is Steph. No one can guard him. So the thing is, though, he's a $800 savings from Harden.
That's nothing, though. When you play a stud, like all these dudes are the same. Like
I'm getting 3 or 4. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like Steph today. I think Harden's going to be a lot higher owned though. So it's like a tournament, more of a contrarian spot. Kyrie's definitely going to be popular. On the Kings side, though, they're going to be a little lower owned. I think Fox is my favorite at 8.8K, but I like Beal more at 8.9K, who I think is going to be low owned too. So it's a great game environment, but the prices are right. I think besides Kyrie, Harden, they're the clear best plays in this game, but they're going to have more ownership too. So I like the tournament pivots elsewhere in the earlier games that I expect to be a little lower owned up top. So I just can't play every game. I expect it to be popular. That's a stance I'm taking. However, if Holmes and Bagley miss, Whiteside turns into an absolutely smash play and probably is 5% or something, because saving a center spot or a util spot that late, not too many people I don't think will do. So I don't know, Big T. We're different on this one. We'll see.
But I mean, the thing is now we have a lot of value early, and people are not going to wait to get on. So I think, with that Houston news, all those guys out, people are going to be locking in their roster spots very, very early tonight. And, I think some of these later games, I think the ownership's going to come in, much lower than we thought prior to hopping on the show. I mean, you got the Houston situation now where they're going to be super, super thin. They did announce their starters. I did want to mention that. They're going with Wall, Nwaba, House, Tate, and Cousins. Really should solidify that role for Cousins. I mean, they're going to have to play him tonight, right, guys?
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to. I mean, they're all get a big boost. The thing is, like, for now, we circle back to Wall and Cousins and that. Like, I'm curious what you say now, Big T, because we were talking and we can maybe get away from it and all that stuff. But is Wall, like, with Eric Gordon out now, is Wall, he's going to have to play so many minutes. He gets the revenge. Boogie gets more usage because Eric Gordon had a lot of usage too. I'm finding myself just needing these usage guys a lot more than I even liked before. And Tate's probably my favorite play that we didn't talk about earlier that now gets a big bump. This Deshaun Tate guy is a good basketball player. He's aggressive, and it's a good matchup for him too. So I like this first game a lot. Curious to what you say now, Big T, about John Wall and Cousins in tournaments, because their ownership even went up more than what it already was, and that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this game's just going to make the game I like that much lower owned. Like, that's why I don't think Harden and Kyrie are going to be that high owned at all. And Fox is definitely not going to be owned. It's going to be the kind of the opposite of how I've been attacking these slates where, I mean, everyone's going to play these early guys, and I like it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like it. Like, and I think I got 3 teams on DK tonight. I've been only playing 1. I'm playing 3 tonight because I just like the slate a lot. And I'll definitely play 1 of my 3, but it's not going to be like an all-in spot for me. I like the late game better. There's still tons of bust potential, and Washington, I don't say it often because Washington's terrible. I wouldn't be completely stunned if Washington blows out Houston. Houston's team is not good. Like John Wall and Boogie's their second best dude. Boogie and his cement feet. I don't know. Like, again, I'm not saying people that watch our shows understand what I'm saying. These guys are really good plays. They are going to be super high owned. They're really good plays for a reason. Great run back with a guy like Beal. Everything makes sense. And then the cheaper guys, I might like the cheaper guys even more. Tate, House, and Sterling Brown. Those three all in the low 4Ks. All three going to play big minutes, and all three in a great spot. So, yeah, I mean, this game's really good. It's just you gotta fade some spots. You can't play everything. I definitely like the late game more just because of ownership in tournaments. But yeah, I mean these plays are great.
A lot of pressure, Big T. We have people in the chat that are willing to go get Tet to be picked. You have people in the chat talking about doing things to their ladies if they're like. I mean, there is a lot of pressure with this next selection, the third DK $600 ticket tonight. Has anything stood out to you?
No, I mean, we should have the 2 tickets for Corey and Anthony locked in because I just heard back that the tickets should be in there. Send me a DM if you guys see it and let me know you got them so I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, we got 70 spots left, so we'll get this one more winner in there. A lot of pressure, like you said. Are you jamming these guys in cash in this Houston game?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to now. But I mean, the thing is, there's a few other spots that are obviously really good too. I mean, you got the cheap play in Noel, but this is a tough spot to avoid. I haven't seen the official number in terms of bodies here, but it's going to be probably a 8-man rotation. I mean, not probably 9 at the most title, right?
Yeah, I'm expecting 8 and then not. Yeah, if they get a 9th guy, it might be like 5-6 minutes. I haven't looked too closely. Going to do more off the show. We'll be in Discord breaking that down. JSU talking up to lock too, but off the top of my head, it's going to be a very condensed rotation. There's no way it's not.
Yeah, and these guys are all super cheap too. I mean, the most expensive guy that's going to play is Wall at 7.5K. So it's going to be very easy to access whatever studs or stars you want on the slate.
I don't think Boogie is like as much of a lock for minutes as you guys might think.
No, I mean, I don't think he is either. I mean, but there's no way that he can just play 8 minutes, I think, in a first half like he did the other game. Like they can't.
Tucker out. Yeah, Tucker out definitely helps him solidify more minutes. And
the game just goes super small though, like just all the small dudes. Like what if Washington goes small, Boogie can't be on the floor? Like it's that simple.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's a lock to play like 35 minutes right now.
And I'm not saying he's a bad play. Like I want to be clear to people that are listening. I just think he is a good tournament fade because he has paths to scoring like 25 still. Like there's definitely paths to it.
Yeah. I think a lot depends on his first run, his first stint in the first quarter. Like if he gets his 6 minutes and just absolutely dominates, then yeah, I mean, I expect him to dominate all game because they'll play more, but they've shown that they can go away from Cousins in the second half to finish the game. So it definitely makes sense what you're saying in tournaments because it's a high variance play because his minutes are so unknown.
Yeah, certainly. All right. After us, we have JSU and Holden taking you all the way up to lock, breaking down all the news. And like I say every show, in this day and age, NBA DFS, that's more important than anything. We still do have the promo code. RPS free entry is done. We picked the winner. Anthony Massey won that one. But we still have the promo code Workbench21. It gets you, I believe, 25% off your first payment at Run Pure Sports. We also have the partnership with Monkey Knife Fight. You go to Monkey Knife Fight, promo code Run Pure, $50 match on your deposit. We have a Discord channel dedicated to Monkey Knife Fight picks and plays for basically every single sport. Big T, do you have the third winner?
I'm still trying to make sure we'll get the third one in.
If it's not for today, it's going to be.
We're going to be good. We'll get it in there because he's waiting for me to send the name. We're going to be good.
Okay, very good. All right, you want to do it after the plays?
Yeah, after the plays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as always, whether you're hitting the workbench or you're dry humping, doing the Eiffel Tower, whatever some of these other creeps do in the sack, boys at Manscaped, the Manscaped crew, ready to hook you up. with the equipment
Where's it
that won't damage the goods. Tony's got the kit right there. They got
I
oils,
was
they got
looking at it the
gels.
other day. I didn't even know
devices.
it had like a side compartment too down here that I got in. Like,
That's
it's
fancy.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
It's got like a bag. It's got all kind. I think I got these are like boxers maybe. Oh,
What does
it's
it
a
say?
little kit.
Your balls will thank you. Is that what it says?
Yeah, and
On the
this
bo- in the
week
box?
titled MMA this week. My balls is hot as fighting. So it's
Oh,
Yep.
he's in there, my ball. Oh, I gotta tune in this week then.
Oh, yeah.
balls is hot's on the card. I think.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, that equipment there is, that's the stuff you need. We were talking about on last show, and it's like, man, like if you've ever nicked your ball sack with one of those razors, I'm telling you, it's like in a shock to your body. Like I've done it. I do it all the time before I get this Manscaped thing because, man, it like jerks your body. It's like you get electrocuted or something. This stuff, it protects you against those injuries. So you're at full strength when you get in the workbench, ready for action. Like I said, whatever you're doing in there, the hump in, the Eiffel Tower, the straight WB session, and I mean, whatever it may be, our boys at Manscaped are ready to hook you up with the proper equipment. Well, title, I mean, the SO play of the day, you kind of gave it away, but let's go ahead and, let's do it again.
Yeah, Big T was riling me up. It was in the moment.
Oh, it's fine. Hey, listen, no, that's fine, man. Hey, absolutely.
Yeah, no, but the SO play of the day is Steph Curry for me. I think he goes severely under-owned today. And if this game stays close, that's the only if in this game. If he doesn't get, he always plays the whole first quarter, the whole third quarter. So you're getting that run from him. So he has the floor, and I expect him to. No one on Cleveland can stop him. If the game's close in the fourth quarter and he gets his run, he's absolutely going to dominate. He's going for 60 plus, 65 plus probably. 40 real points too. I expect him to have his way. 9.9K on DraftKings. More expensive 10.5 on FanDuel, but no one's going to play him. The SO play of the day, though, Steph Curry is going to bring it home.
Love it. All right, big team. And a lot of pressure today. I mean, we got the giveaways. We got the mojo in the chat. People excited. All the likes. All the subscribers. I mean, everything you could ask for in a show. But this is the reason a lot of people come. And it's for the Big T workbench play of the day. What do you got for us tonight?
Well, the workbench is tough today because there's a lot of really good plays, a lot of studs I like. These are the slates that is a little harder for the workbench, I think, just because there's a lot of different. Like I could say JaVale McGee. Like I think he crushes, but he's going to be too high owned. Like I hate going to that where there's some clear value, there's clear studs. So I'm going to give you a guy that I know is going to be low owned for a fact. And this is always what's hard for me too, because I like to give the workbench on a team that I know is going to for sure be on my main team. I can't guarantee this guy's going to be on my main team just because I don't know how the roster construction is going to line up. But either way, this guy's going to crush, and I love it. He's going to be 1% owned, which I want. And I've been on him the last 2 weeks, and he comes in super low owned tonight, I think, even with some guys out. But my man, Sweet Lou, going against Miami, he's been crushing. He found his jump shot. He's 6,400 on DK. He is 66 on FanDuel. Maybe he's a little higher on than I think, but I don't know. He falls in that range. A weird matchup against Miami on a slate where all kinds of games pop off the page. I don't think this game pops off the page that much. And he found his jumper. We've been waiting all season for it. He played 32 minutes. What was that, yesterday? 49 fantasy points. If he gets that today, you're going straight to the workbench. And I think he crushes again. Even though Miami's a tough spot, this dude's always been streaky. Crazy upside, and I like it. I hope he comes in nice and low owned, like I think.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, his price point is going to be overlooked with all the cheap guys. I mean, people are going to be stars and scrubs. It's going to be so easy to do it with it's going to be a plethora of cheap options tonight, and we're still waiting on more news, which could make produce even more cheap options. So that mid 6 range, 7K range, those middle tier guys, low ownership, and you've been ahead of the curve on Lou Williams. You kind of called it, I believe, a week and a half ago, and he started to crush. And it's a very similar spot tonight with all those guys out. So I like that call for sure. All right, what's the deal here with this third contest ticket winner? What do we got?
So the good thing is the first 2 winners both confirmed. They are in the tournament. So hopefully we're all going to root them on tonight. They're officially in. Third one who's about to win. I hope we can get him in. I know there's only 50 spots left. I'll email right after this. Send me your DK name, and we'll make sure you get in there. And then everyone, we need to root for the 3 entries. I know I will be.
Yep.
But so I was trying to find there was a few different comments from this guy. He's always in there. He's always in Discord, and a few good comments. The problem is there's so many messages that I couldn't find the one I liked. But the winner and getting this 3rd seat is Dwayne.
Dwayne, I love Dwayne.
Yeah.
He's just a good man. He always brings good mojo. When you bring good mojo, you don't tilt plays early on, you get the 3rd seat. And this isn't the last time we're going to do giveaways like this. Whenever we get a chance to give back, it's what we're going to do at Round Pure. So I'm happy. I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, me too. So Dwayne, yeah, you're the winner. Congratulations. He's in there saying, it's funny seeing the chat before they see the video. He's in there rooting it on.
He said, come on, man. And he didn't even know it was him.
That's
Let's
awesome.
go, Dwayne.
Love seeing that. Love it. Honestly, what we do here at Run Pure Sports, we feel like we're producing like one of the best products out there right now. We're doing our best to make it better on a daily basis, but being able to give back to the people, I think, is a very rewarding thing, and something that I know Tony and myself and Title take a lot of pride in. So we're going to continue, hopefully, to do stuff like this. Nothing is more rewarding than seeing the success from our members, and we've certainly seen it, especially over the course of the last month or so. So we're going to continue to put together this good product, make it better, and we're just happy that we were able to go ahead and give back today. So 3 tickets, $600, $1,800 from RPS to the community. Good luck to you guys, man. I'm rooting for you guys just as hard as I'm rooting for myself tonight. I know Title is. I know Big T is.
I might be rooting harder. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I'm going to be happy if I ship. But, I'm going to be just as happy if one of these 3 ship, believe me.
Yeah. And, honestly, I'm not trying to, sell this any harder. But, if we can – we've had phenomenal growth. If we continue to see the phenomenal growth at runpuresports.com, do not get me wrong. I'll promise you guys, absolutely promise you guys, you'll see this on a regular basis if we see the growth at Run Pure Sports in terms of numbers. And that's on us. We have to produce the product to make you guys want to come there. We think we're doing it. Check it out. Workbench 21 is still active for 25% off. You can try Run Pure Sports for a week. It would be $15. So head on over there, check it out. Had a great time today, guys. And, we're like I said, we're very thankful that we were able to take this opportunity and give back to the community. We're going to continue to do so for TitleTown.
One more thing before we sign off. We will post a tweet with everyone's DK names in the link. We'll make sure Mangone sends that out so everyone can sweat it. I know sometimes with these finals, DK never ships the names. You can't follow it. We'll make sure I'll retweet it. We'll all retweet it. We'll get the screen names. We'll push it all out so everyone can pull for these guys because we want to see them. Dwayne, make sure you send me a message so we can get you in there with them.
Yeah, Dwayne, hit up Tony ASAP so we can get the contest as close to filling. So, all right, good luck to everyone tonight for TitleTown, for Big T. I'm Hoop. Good luck to everyone in your contest tonight.
Good luck, everybody.